This is Bruce Matson, Senior Staff Writer of DynastyLeagueFootball.com, and I'm going to be giving you 5 tips for your rookie drafts this year. You're going to want to check them out so you don't slip up in your rookie drafts. The first tip I got for you today is don't be chasing zebras. What I mean by that is don't think outside the box so much. Don't galaxy brain yourself to a spot where you're just overdrafting players or you're doing weird things in your process. Say you're very into film and you're going too far into this player's traits and it's causing you to overlook everybody else in the player pool. On the flip side, if you're a metrics guy and you like looking at breakout age, you like looking at age-adjusted production and everything else, don't be too focused on those thresholds that you don't think outside the box and you're missing out on the other side of the player pool. Some guys who are falling out of value. Be objective, think clearly, and be open-minded to whatever's on the board. My second tip for you guys is be creative. And the reason why you want to be creative is just because you're on the clock at the 106 doesn't mean you got to draft that player there. You can trade out. You can trade back. The world's your oyster when you're on the clock, and you might as well maximize that opportunity. If you make your pick without testing those boundaries, without seeing if you can get maximum value, maybe at the 110 or 111, someone's willing to give you Jerry Jeudy. Someone's willing to give you a player that you didn't think you'd get, but you didn't figure that out because you didn't test those boundaries in your league. Just because this player's here on ADP and this pick's here doesn't mean it can't happen for you. Look through the DLF trade finder at DynastyLeagueFootball.com. Start entering players' names, picks, and whatever. And as you scroll, you're going to see some doozy trades. And doozy trades happen, and how they happen is because someone made the attempt for the trade, someone submitted the offer, and it got accepted. So that could be you sometimes. If you love the player there, go ahead and select them, but be creative. Try to maximize the value with every move you make. Tip number 3 for you today is get your guys. We all have a process. We all have our way and how we evaluate rookies. We all have our way and how we play dynasty fantasy football. Some people play to win now. Some people like to build teams. Some people like wide receivers. Some players like to get those running backs in the middle rounds and see if they can hit on them. There's a million different ways to play this game. There's a million different ways to look at these prospects. Over the time, these last few months in draft season, we've looked at these players. We developed which ones we like the most. We have our guys. If they're there at the right value, don't overthink it. Get your guys. We've been working hard for months now. There's no reason to overthink this. If there's a player you like that you've had on your board for months, weeks, now he's there for you while you're on the clock, it's the right value. Don't overthink it. Get your guy. Tip number 4 I got for you today is diversify your portfolio. If you're in multiple rookie drafts, say 20, 30, 40, even 10, 15, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever it is, don't be afraid to diversify your portfolio. Get different players, hedge your bets. So if you really like George Pickens and you're in 20 leagues, it's probably not wise to draft him 20 times. It's probably not a good look because if he nosedives, then you're going to nosedive in a lot of leagues. If there are multiple players that you like, switch it up between them. If there's a player that you don't like, that you've hated throughout the process, and you're catching him at a value in some leagues, go ahead and hedge your bet. Draft them. Draft those players you don't like sometimes. Maybe if you're in 100 leagues, draft them a few times just to see. What if you miss? We're all going to miss. I'm going to miss. You're going to miss. It's going to happen. That's just part of the game. Hedging your bets on your takes is something that could help you out in the long run, could make you feel better, especially the more leagues that you're in, the more rookie drafts you do, the bigger portfolio you'll have, so the more exposure you're going to want on some of these players. You don't want to be dialed in on just a couple guys. Mix and match it up just to see, even if you hit on all your prospects that you like, there are going to be some players that hit more than others. There are going to be some players that hit a little less than others. And you want a little bit of everything because we don't exactly know what's going to happen. We have a good idea. We think we do. But if we hedge our bets, we diversify our portfolio, we're we're going to have a good idea, or at least we'll have good exposure to all the players in our pool that we like. Tip number 5 I got for you today is have fun. This is our Christmas day. We've been waiting all off season for these rookie drafts. If you're just in a couple leagues, 1, 2, 3 leagues, don't even worry about it that much. Get your guys, get your favorite players, especially at value. Who cares if this guy's telling you to do this or this guy's telling you to do that? But if you really like that player, you've been studying him, you love the metrics, you love the tape, you love the film, you love everything about him, detract the noise, draft the player, get the players you want. If you're in a couple leagues, just get your guys. Have fun with it. This is Christmas Day for us, but don't stress it. Get your guy, have fun, enjoy the process. This part of the offseason only happens once a year, and take advantage of that. Interact with your league mates. Get some trades happening. Approach your league mates with those offers. See what can happen for you. But don't forget to have fun, because that's very important, especially in Dynasty. Let me know what you think about these rookie drafts. What tips you got for everybody else who's scrolling in the comments here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out, and I'll catch you next time.